What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. So if you haven't seen it before, very quick, simple run through of how this whole thing works. 100 characters are put into a tournament, and then each day on the channel I upload one of the matches from the tournament, talk about the characters, maybe go over a couple facts about the character, maybe a mini moveset pool to how they might potentially work in Smash Bros. And then we'll vote for one of the two characters in the matchup for the day. But voting is a part of the rules, so I'm just going to throw up all the rules on screen for you guys to read through real quick. And as you can see, number one, first rule, just have fun. It's all good. This is literally for fun. If you happen to like a character, it doesn't matter if they're an assist trophy, a spirit, a Mii costume, somebody who's been deconfirmed, who cares? If you want to support a character, feel free to support the character by dropping a vote for him. It's all good. It is all good. But, yeah. Also, remember, though, when voting, you only do get one vote per person. Well, how do you vote? That's very simple as well. Down in the comments, you type who your vote is for. Just type the name of the character you're voting for. Pretty simple stuff. You are allowed to vote for both if you really like both the characters in the matchup. Or if you're having a difficult time deciding who to vote for, you can vote for both. All good. Rest of the rules. Double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get to the results for each matchup to determine the winner and loser, if there happens to be a tie in the number of votes, I'll just flip a coin on camera. It's the fairest way to break a tie. And then last rule pertains to voting, voting-wise, for the matches. Basically, you only have 1 week to get your votes in from the time the upload goes live. So today's Friday, meaning like we'll get the results of today's matchup next Friday, so you have 1 week to get your votes in. Anything that comes in after that, sorry, just doesn't count. Alright, that's that, so let's jump into the results and the matchup for the day. Alright, so here we are, we're back, so we're going over the results from last week. Remember, loser bracket, somebody's being eliminated today, so the results from last week, probably not going to surprise many people, but it was Dr. Eggman, and he was taking on Nakaruru from the, we'll just say SNK Corporation, another SNK rep. Again, not going to be surprised how this one turns out. I don't think anyone should be. But Dr. Eggman ends up winning. Yes, both the characters happen to be spirits, but it doesn't matter. You can still vote for for whoever you want. Wow. But yeah, Dr. Eggman wins 45 votes to just 12 for Nakaruru, so she's eliminated. Eggman moves on to the next round for at least one more match, because we're in the loser bracket, so that means he has at least one loss. Mean one more and he's done. But hey, congrats for now. Moves on to the next round. So yeah, that's the results. We'll move up to the matchup today. We got a very mature rated matchup today, an M-rated matchup. We have Dante from Devil May Cry. Pretty popular character amongst the fan base. And we also have, well, his opponent, DoomSlayer, who happens to also be a very popular candidate amongst the Smash community. So, let's jump into it. I think Dante's up first. So, Dante's kind of in an interesting spot. I believe it was the summer of 2018. There was, Dante's name was starting to get thrown around for Smash Bros. And he really picked up steam for about 2-3 solid weeks. And then one of the creators or one of the developers or producers on the Devil May Cry series came out and said, nah, it ain't gonna happen. He'd have to be on like a Nintendo platform first. And, well, that was pretty much a hard deconfirmation of him at the time, right? Well, let's fast forward here a little bit. DLC is a thing, right? Now, again, if you are a creator, if you are a producer, a developer, or whatever for a game company, and Nintendo happens to approach you about your character being a Smash, now, yes, obviously you're going to say, no, my character's not in, because you want to save the surprise. You want it to be you want to save the reveal as a surprise, that's what I meant. And Dante getting in Smash Bros, I don't think is out of the realm of possibility whatsoever. He's got a pretty big name attached to him. His series is globally known, sells very well, and he's got that sort of play style that, like, when you first think about it, it's like, alright, doesn't quite fit in Smash Bros, doesn't really mesh well, but then you got to remember that, hey, if you're a fan of like Bayonetta or even Joker to an extent, they're gonna have similar, not iconic, not copy paste movesets, but overall the tone to their movesets is going to be similar to Dante. So if you like those type of characters and you like the more mature characters, Dante's going to be up your alley. So Dante definitely he's got some stuff at his disposal. He's got his patented, I believe, the Ebony and Ivory, his two handguns, his two pistols. That is like trademark Dante. So if that's not in his moveset for a neutral special, you're not doing the character justice. You're not doing him right. So he does have a blade that he can wield as well. That is a possibility. And just for a fun little fact, I know it's two different Dantes, but Dante did appear in the PlayStation All-Stars game back on the PS3 and the PS Vita. And just in terms of Dante being, he could be the first character that's playable in PlayStation All-Stars and in Smash Bros. That'd be kind of a really big accomplishment. I don't care what character you are, that'd be huge, right? So Dante's in the boat, he's in the conversation, and again, playstyle-wise, similar to what Bayonetta and Joker play as. So I mean, he's not gonna have his own persona, but I think you know what I mean. The whole vibe about that sort of essence of the character. So yeah, if you're a fan of them, then yeah, again, Dante might be up your alley for this one. But again, let's think about kind of like what we're still waiting for Fighter Pass 5 to be announced. Which, by the way, there's going to be a direct in January. January 8th, anybody? January 8th, anybody? I don't know. Just throwing a date out there, but it could be a great time for, you know, kind of like that last character to be revealed would be like a pretty big bombshell. Dante would definitely be a character that I think a lot of people, whether you like him or you, okay, that's weird to say. I think a lot of people like him, even people that I don't think are necessarily big fans. I'm not a big fan of Dante, but I think he'd be a very adequate way to end the Fighter Pass. Big character, because I always kind of like go back to like the Smash Wii U 3DS, how they ended the DLC was kind of like, is that really a good way to end Smash Bros. DLC? Corrin, again, too much Fire Emblem representation. Bayonetta to win the ballot, different argument, but I think Dante would be a very like solid pick to end the Fighter Pass, and I believe that is something that Sakura and Nintendo came up with in their heads, in their minds, when figuring out, all right, these are going to be the 5 characters for DLC. Who should we end with? Who should we start with? And then who are we going to end with? Because keep in mind, going back in time when they were first figuring out who's going to be all 5 characters that were going to be in the Fighter Pass, at the time, their mindset was that was going to be it for the DLC, nothing else. Of course, we're getting more DLC. Awesome. But I think at the time they were planning to, all right, we're going to go with this, this, and this. And then the last character is going to be this. And it could be a very solid, like, I guess maybe a very middle ground kind of pick in terms of, all right, that character is deserving. You know, a lot of the fan base would kind of agree on that sort of point. Dante fits that very well. Very well. And, yeah, maybe it could happen. I don't know. Mature characters getting a Smash is not something new by any means, and it's definitely in the realm of possibility. So, speaking of mature characters, though, we do have to discuss his opponent here at some point. DoomSlayer, Doom Marine, Doom Guy. Come on. He's not Doom Guy. It's actually DoomSlayer, Slayer, or the Marine. But anyway. This, a little over a month ago, this DoomSlayer was pretty much the #1 character going around the internet that people were like, yep, that's who it is, that's who it's going to be. And then we had those leakers going around disconfirming all these sort of different characters. And DoomSlayer ended up, his name kind of went, yep, it ain't happening. And then all of a sudden, all this support for DoomSlayer just vanished. Like, it was just gone. Like, oh, these credible leakers just said, nope, he's not going to be Fighter Pass 5. So, like, all of a sudden the fan base just disappeared. And I was like, what happened? Where did he go? I still think there's potential. There's potential. There is evidence that's out there. Nintendo and Bethesda have talked Smash Bros. In the past. Not to say that there was an offer made for any character from one of Bethesda's IPs. That wasn't clarified at all. It was just, there's an article a while back. Nintendo, Bethesda, they talked Smash Bros. Now, DoomSlayer, very iconic character. In terms of, he had so much to do with like inspiring the first-person shooter genre. He's very mature. His games are a lot of ripping and tearing and blood and guts and, you know, exploding and all that sort of stuff. So the same argument can be made with if you talk Mortal Kombat characters. DoomSlayer can still be DoomSlayer without the added effects of it. Like, he could still pull out his weapons, he could still do his chainsaw attacks, he could still do whatever. You're just not gonna have the blood effects. That's as simple as it gets. That's what the games are. I guess in his games, yes, he does. You know, like I said, people explode and he's actually ripping people in half and whatever. You're not gonna go that far, okay? Well, they'll tone it down a bit, but it's still gonna be a DoomSlayer, a vibe to the character, because that is something Sakurai does always say when he's putting a character into Smash Bros. He wants the character to feel like themselves. He wants them to be well represented. He doesn't want to just get the character and then like turn him into some Gumby looking mess of a character that's like, nah, that's not even what we wanted. So Sakurai is very respectful, and I think Sakurai is great at finding that middle ground of mature characters meet Smash Bros. And it's like, all right, we can find some stuff that'll work. And DoomSlayer's, he's no exception. You can make it work, right? He's got a lot of fun weapons. Like I said, you got shotguns. He's got his chainsaw. You got the BFG, the big frickin' gun. That'd be a perfect Final Smash, actually. But there's a whole lot of potential for the character, moveset wise. The recognizable factor. He was, like I said, a little over a month ago, he was really kind of the leader in terms of, all right, that's who the community really thought was going to be FP number 5. Maybe he still could be. He still could be. We don't know. There's, again, you just got to trust the leakers, who are hyping up the Game Awards, by the way. They kept hyping it up, and, hey, I'm going to be watching the Game Awards, how about you? And it's like, oh, okay, you're only mentioning this because of Smash Bros. And then, oh, well, look at that, we got nothing for Smash. And now these leakers just disappeared. Nobody's saying anything. Coincidence? I don't think so. But I'm just saying, DoomSlayer, I think, has got to be in the running for sure. Especially if the Nintendo Bethesda talks did lead to somewhere in Smash Bros. DoomSlayer's in the conversation for sure. So for this one, Dante doesn't do much for me as a character. He's not a series that I look at, or not a series that I play. So it's not like whatever. But for me, DoomSlayer, he's getting my vote for this one. I think I could enjoy his playstyle way more than I could with Dante, because Joker and Bayonetta are not characters that I play as often, if at all. So I think DoomSlayer would be much more my type of character that I'd like to see. So be fun stuff. So I'm voting DoomSlayer. Let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. Either Dante, DoomSlayer, or both. All are great options. Anyway, that is it. Sneak peek for tomorrow. Well, okay, I brought up Mortal Kombat earlier today, so tomorrow's matchup, we have Sub-Zero from, well, Mortal Kombat, so we'll talk about him. And then his opponent, wow, could you imagine, his opponent, Captain Toad. I was trying to imagine Captain Toad in a Mortal Kombat game for a second. That doesn't end well. Let's not imagine that. But anyway, Sub-Zero against Captain Toad tomorrow, and then we will get the results for somebody. We get the results of Hat Kid, who is taking on at Chibi Robo. Someone's getting eliminated. Somebody's going on to face Dr. Eggman. We'll figure that out tomorrow, but today's today. Today's wrapping up. I hope you guys enjoyed, as always, and hopefully we catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.